So this is me on my way to Newcastle, and wanted to go there already since a while, but I haven't been yet, and we'll tell you in a moment why. Alright, so arrived in Newcastle, and yeah, let's check it. First impression, decent, quite similar to Manchester. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I think that's what it's popular for. Nice bridge. Like it. Yeah, looks cool. Was a good decision to be here. Yeah, actually spent all the time here, and now it's raining, so as always in the UK, time to go back and make dinner. So back from Newcastle, almost getting dark. Yeah, today's guest didn't want to get famous, so she didn't get featured into the vlog. But reason why, yeah, what I wanted to say in the video when I said in the beginning about I haven't been to Newcastle yet, I want to link that to a mental health topic. I want to link that to being fearful, worried, anxious about something. I know that from some people I know or used to know or whoever. Maybe you have some of these people like in your friends group also, and what I personally also experienced in that situation. It is, in my case here, the public transport to getting to Newcastle is not very good. And it seems to be difficult to find a space to park there, so I always avoided that a bit, but avoiding is the word I wanted to talk about. So mental health wise, if you talk about the topic anxiety, what is the key factor that maintains anxiety? Say you are anxious about going to a certain place, you're anxious about having a presentation, anxious about talking to a certain person. What is the number one factor maintaining your anxiety? It is avoidance. The longer you avoid doing a certain thing, the longer the anxiety will be maintained, because you have certain fearful thoughts in your mind. And by going into avoidance, you just keep these thoughts, because when you avoid, you don't give the positive a chance to happen. Could be that you do something and maybe actually works awfully, okay, but just based on statistical probability. First, probability doesn't change if you worry, and second, most likely things are great. For example, for me it was great to be in Newcastle. Obviously it was a bit difficult to find a space to park, and one time I took the wrong turn at the roundabout, so it took all a bit longer, was a bit late. But in the end it was great. It was a great experience, and I'm very happy that I did it. And because a few times I also felt a bit like, should I go to Newcastle? Can't be bothered to look for that. But I avoided, like I missed out maybe on something nice. And key message for you is like, really don't be that person who like tries to avoid things for certain reasons which are often not even valid. If you look in your friendship group, like how do you feel about these people when you say like, oh, let's go out today, let's maybe let's play some mini golf, go for a drink, whatever, and then people are like, I don't know if I will like it there, and I never played mini golf, whatever it is. They just have some like avoidant behaviors or avoidant thoughts here. Can be both. Thoughts and behaviors are interlinked. And how do you feel about these people? Obviously, it's then at some point you stop asking them out, because they're always having some excuses. And if you embrace your like fear, you will be rewarded. I made a vlog already about like getting out, leaving your comfort zone and being rewarded. And it's the same thing with avoidance. Again, when you avoid maybe something negative to happen. Okay, it's true. But you also avoid, you don't give the positive a chance to happen. So so many positive things can happen in life when you just go out and do it, and that's the key message for that. If there's something on your mind you wanted to do for a long time, but you didn't do because, yeah, it feels safer to stay at home, it feels safer to not do it, it feels safer to not do that presentation because people may not laugh at you, true, but you also miss out on that feeling of like feeling great, feeling of accomplishment that you did it, feeling that people congratulate you for doing a great job, for doing that presentation, and you delivered some like very important information. So if there's anything, really go out and do it, and whatever you do, I'm proud of you, and you can also certainly be proud of yourself. Stop. So before I upload this one, I want to give you one more example because I want to give you the value. It's such an important concept how avoidance maintains your anxiety. So let me give you an example. I work with someone having severe anxiety of elevators, and this anxiety has been going on for so many years because then obviously she avoided elevators at all cost. Being at the airport, having all that heavy luggage, but still taking the stairs because being too afraid of the elevator. Being in a hotel, being on the 14th floor, but always taking the stairs, and it's like so exhausting to take like stairs to the 14th floor, but yeah, she wanted to avoid the elevator. And sometimes even not going to a certain place, if it's a very modern building, sometimes even so difficult to find or identify if they have stairs, so then not going there. And that's such a massive decrease of life quality. And you need to decide for yourself, how long do I still want to have that, yeah, negative impact on my life? And yeah, what can you do about? The first thing, we call it in psychology exposure or exposure therapy. It is that you take minimal steps. If I ask you, like I said before, yeah, just go for it, go in the elevator. If this has been going on for you for many years, it is, I understand, it's a big challenge. So, but what would feel feasible instead of like going into an elevator? What about Google a picture of an elevator and then look at the picture? How does this feel? Maybe slightly fearful, right? But this is the first step. So you gradually expose yourself to the risk, which you, yeah, or the perceived risk, because actually it's a thinking error. You think the elevator is the most awful thing in your life. Maybe something has negatively happened in an elevator. Maybe, you don't know, your arm got squeezed in the door for a mini bit and it hurt a bit. Whatever. Then you feel like when I go there again, it will happen again. And chances are, and be honest, the likelihood that this happens is very low. But you overestimate that likelihood, and that's why you avoid. And by avoiding, you maintain that like fearful thought, okay, elevators are like actually a scary thing. Again, you can use whatever it is for you, but let's take the elevator. So it's a very scary thing and you don't do it, and then you avoid, and you, by avoiding, you maintain that thought it's awful, and yeah, it will then, you maintain the anxiety. So the first thing you do, maybe look at a picture of an elevator, and this feels feasible. Maybe next time then you look at the picture maybe for a bit longer, like 30 seconds, or you imagine yourself seeing that elevator. Then after you've done that, you maybe take a friend, take two friends, and then maybe even walk to an elevator, look at it, and then go away again. And for someone who doesn't know how it feels, it may sound super easy, but for this person, actually, it's quite a challenge. So look at the elevator and then see how it feels. And that was the next step, and great. Maybe next time you go with two friends and maybe press the button of the elevator. You not need to go in, but this is another step. You gradually expose yourself again to the thing you are afraid of. And this then just gradually increases, like you press the button. At some point, maybe you even go in and then you leave it again. And at some point, you even take like one floor, and that's like such a massive progress from like always avoiding elevator and like panically like looking for the next stairs. You even went up one floor with the elevator, and that's like massive. And but very important here also then to have something in the end which calms you down, because understand, for someone like who has been afraid of this for so long, it can be very distressing if you then finally approach an elevator. So know what you can do, what grounds you in situations when you're stressed, maybe some breathing techniques, maybe meditation. I don't know what it is for you, but you probably have a list of things that make you feel grounded. And again, also having 1 or 2 friends with you who can support you. And then you gradually expose yourself to that risk. And over time, you feel actually it's not that much of a challenge. And this then helps your brain to reprogram that fear you initially had. And then by overcoming that avoidance, slowly the fear will also go away. And then you're not anxious about it anymore. So I hope that makes it more clear. And yeah.